Hello and welcome to Slashie's Midnight Coding Sessions number 9. Today we are going to continue the work that we did yesterday, that we started yesterday on this sun and moon clock. And last time, well, we were left with something pending, and it was making the mask work. So yeah, just before this session, I did some small um, research, and actually we were missing something very small. We were using the mask without the WebKit prefix. It seems we also need to, this is complaining about us not using the standard uh, properties without the prefix, but it's not going to work with the prefix in any case. So all I had to do was add in the prefix, WebKit prefix, for it to work properly, and you can see now that the sun and the moon are now not being rendered beyond the frame of the window, which is what we wanted. So yeah, and the other thing that I had to do for this mask to work was to invert it. So actually what the mask is doing, the bits or the area of the mask that is displayed is the one that is not alpha. So anyway, it was the other way. What I had before was this. That doesn't work. It's not masking out the content. It's actually the opposite. I think you can like set it up in different ways, but right now we are using the alpha as the mask. So what is actually shown is what is in the transparent alpha. So that is why this is happening. Mm. So I want to go ahead with this. There's some other couple other things that we need to add. The first one is the sky color. I also wanted to add the animation of the minstrel. So for a reference, let me look it up very quickly. And if in case you did not watch the previous session, we are looking forward to replicate this kind of animation that Densi, the pixel artist for Dungeon Crawl, Stone Soup, and many other roguelikes and indie projects, including mine, did probably 10 years ago or something like that. But yeah, what we want to do is display the real time of the day. Um, So let's go with the sky color, and I'm going to reuse something that I already have. Mm, the advantage that we have here is that this is already in JavaScript. So let's look for sky color in my blog. Skybox, well, yeah, something similar has already been used in OpenArturian X6. As you can see, we already have this same thing, but what we want to do here is have it be a standalone component. And actually in OpenArturian, there's currently no mask. So that's something that we still gotta fix there and improve. Um, but what I'm going to do is somewhere here is this Slashie's sky color prototype. And this can be useful, but I'm wondering if it would be more useful to take a look at what we already did in OpenArturian, which is actually open source already. So let's see. Oh, that's not the real URL. Arturian X6. Crap. Oh, I forgot what's the name of the repo. Open Arturian X6. Someday I will finish it, I promise. For now, let's look for source.js, maybe UI. No, not UI. Skybox. Skybox. Here we are setting sky color.getColor. So there's a module sky color. That's what we want. It's not like something super complex, but we are still going to grab it from here. And since, yeah, we just did this in a very raw way. We don't have a browserify or anything like this here set up, or what's the name of the other thing? Well, no browserify, nothing bundling the JS modules or anything. So we just have a very simple thing here. Um, we can improve that later, but for now, let's just create another file, and it's going to be skycolor.js. Let's paste this here. Let's format this, format document, and let's declare, but the value is never read. Probably don't need it. We are going to need this object, and since we don't have modules here to export, I'm just going to make it a window object. And I know that this can be improved, but we are doing something very quick and dirty here. That should probably work. And this beauty gives us the color based on the hour of the day. That's all we need. So let's use it from here. So we can do window.skycolor where we're going to need like a background. The background of the clock anchor, we can reuse that because we are already masking it. So we're going to be fine. We can just use it. So in the sun moon clock, in the second stick, besides setting the position of the celestial bodies, I'm also going to update sky color. And this is going to do this something. The following is going to obtain the clock anchor. I should probably store it here like anchor element. This is going to be this. And then we are going to award the style of that. Style background color is going to be window.skycolor.getColor. Oh, but we don't need to set it up. Okay, so we're going to go to that in a minute. Sky color, get color, and hour of the day. So it's a number from 0 to 11, 59 p.m. The setup. So let's see how they set up the sky color here. They probably do it. We probably do it. I probably do it in this same code. Sky color dot setup get color somewhere else. Um, I wonder if it will be able to. Yes, GitHub did it. We do this in this same. Oh, we are already doing it. We don't need to call it because in this very same module we are doing the setup using these parameters. So that's gonna be fine. The other problem that we have here is that when we're calling get color, we need this small logic just to get that number. But we don't need this. We need the real date. And the real date, we're going to have a method here to get current date. And normally we would do this Actually, that's a good question. Right now, we are not really using the real hours, like with the minutes, accounting for the minutes. Get current mm, minutes of day, no, hour of day. Hours, this dot get current hour of day. We are going to encapsulate this here. Um, Current date, where else are we using this? Yeah, we are no longer updating the text here. Um, hey, Hukarabe is here. Welcome, Hukarabe. I did not do a mic check, so I hope the microphone's fine. Testing. Hopefully it is. Okay, so by the way, Hukarabe, Camilo. All right, thank you. I managed to make the mask work. Not sure if you managed to see the start of the stream, but it was pretty simple. I was just missing these prefixes, WebKit prefixes, for it to work, and I just had to invert the bits so that the alpha was the non-visible part, probably because of this mask type that I set. And it's now working fine. It's masking like the entire contents of whatever is containing. So yeah, and now I'm just adding the sky color. So we're basically just stealing this from Open Arturian because it was already working there. Um, so we're just like grabbing stuff from there and making it work. And yeah, it's probably going to work fine. We're just setting the background color of the container, which is already masked. Uh, so yeah, I'm just going to, I stole that entire module from Open Arturian X6 sky color, and now I am just using it. So all I need to do is I'm going to fix this, get current hour of the day. So for this test, we are just doing this modulation, and we're going to continue doing that for now. Current hour of the day. But this is going to return the minutes in very, very soon. For now, it won't. So I'm going to leave this as the following. Current hour of the day is actually going to be this dot get current hour of the day. Crap, minute of hour. So yeah, some conversion here because this is, get color function receives a number from 0 to 23:59, like 11:59 p.m. So yeah, it requires some juggling. Current hour of the day is going to be like the mat.floor of this. And current minute of the day is the reminder uh, of this. I just need to ignore all the integer part. Or do I? Crap. I'm tempted to just create another one. Yeah, current minute of the hour of the day. Yeah, I'm going to be lazy. For this, I will not have this fake thing. I'm just going to have current date dot get minutes. Is that the minutes of the hour? I think it should be. Let's check that. I forgot. But Let's just do a quick check. So JavaScript date get minutes. It's the minutes of the hour, I think. Oh, 20, yeah, okay. That should work. So in here, get minutes, current minutes of the hour of day. Very long name, but and then current minute of hour. Oh, sorry, no. This is already current minute of hour. So bye bye. And here I am already doing this. So let's remove it. Yeah, and let's send that here. So will it work? Like first time we tried, we will see. I will also need to include this file here. I am not using Browserify or Webpack or anything for now, so it's going to be pretty ugly. Just put it here. We need the skycolor.js. Probably going to bundle them in a single file or something like that. Yeah, let's see. Did not work. Did not work. So let's see what happened. Is it? It's not. Oh, something happened there. It's okay. So there's something going on. It's putting some crazy colors there. So let's see what we're sending to that function. I'm curious. Purple? What the hell? Some kind of orange purple. So let's see what's going on. Current HM. So console.log the current minute of hour. Actually, since this is such a simple JavaScript, we can just put some breakpoints here and see what's happening. So here, let's see. So current hour of the day 19 and the minute it's 18. That's like the real current minute. And then what's happening here? This is fine. This is fine. I think the problem is that I cannot just set it like this. What does this return? This returns a number. What? Okay. So this is a number that we need to change to hexa. Ooh. Get color RGB to hexa. It's returning a number. RGB. Okay, so we're just going to use this one because this is the one we need. RGB to color, and it's going to return a string that represents that color, and that's just what we need. Yes, that's much better. So, oops, let's not leave the console there, but it's working. The sudden change from day to night is because of how we are simulating the cycle. But yeah, I think it's working. So that's another thing that we wanted. I think we can also let's look at Densi's no, not color, clock, not clock, sky. I forgot. Sky, not sky. Minstrel, minstrel. No. Yeah, looking for the tile set of this. He's got so much cool stuff. Bar, sun and moon tiles. Okay. It's actually got this tiny one. We are not using this one. This one's cool because it has some water effects and stuff. But we are not using this one. This is 32 by 16. This is the one we're using. He actually has like some pre-made combinations of uh, hours. We are not using that, but we may use these stars in some creative ways. There's also some backgrounds, and currently the Pixel World watch does use them, and it's pretty simple. It just switches them randomly based on the time of the day, probably using some hashing function or something like that to select one. Mm, I actually rain is not currently being used, but we could use it. I don't like it that much because it's not animated, so it looks like just some static still image of rain. I think for that it would look much better if it was an animation, especially because we're going to include the minstrel and actually the clouds moving. That's another good thing that we could add. But for now, so that it doesn't look that empty, we don't need this anymore. Thank you, Open Arturian X6. Thank you to all the contributors to the project. Don't need this. And don't worry, because I'm coming back to Open Arturian pretty soon. We are going to include this guy pretty soon. This is no longer needed because we are not using this radial kind of thing. That was a different idea, but I believe like coloring the entire background is looks much cleaner than this kind of radial gradients. So anyways, let's get these. I'm going to just do some changes here, and I want to, before jumping into the minstrel animation, I will do some CSS spreadsheet stuff here first, just to get started with that. We're going to call our friend Gail. We can do this without graphics scale, but paste new image is much easier here. So I'm going to let's see, we need to select or to get from here these backgrounds. I'm going to move them one tile down, and then I will fetch them back. Copy them back into GIMP, select by color without threshold, delete the background. Actually, I'm going to make it even simpler. This is going to be a strip, not a sprite sheet, but a sprite strip. So I'm going to duplicate the width of this. Canvas size is going to be 2x. Fill with transparency. I'm going to grab this and put them after the others. Oops, why is there a gap? Let's retry what happened there. Cut this, paste this, move this here. Check that it tiles well. Okay, and then canvas size is 50% height. Okay, and let's remove this background, and we're going to export this as how to call them, backgrounds.png. Okay, And now I need to remember. So let's first just put one of them. CSS sprite sheets. Yes, this is kind of what I need. So this is like the tile size, and then is this the coordinates? Is it that simple? Left and right position. Okay. All right, that sounds pretty simple. So let's try that. We're going to set we already set the background color of the container. We are going to also set the background image to this strip, and then we're going to change the position of the background, and that's probably going to be it. So let's do that. We're here in the index. Let's in advance for this clock anchor, we are going to set the background image, and it's going to be the strip of backgrounds. If we just leave it like this, I believe, oh, actually this is not going to work out of the box because the clock anchor is much bigger than the backgrounds. The clock anchor is this big, like it contains the entire, all these. And the anchors are smaller. The anchors are like, let's check the size. Oh, where can I see the size? Is this correct? I don't think it's correct. 0, 96 by 64. Yeah, that sounds more like it. So yeah, let's just put it like this, and it's going to look cropped and horrible, but it's a step on the direction. So we refresh here, and you can see it there. First off, we have a problem with the scale because we took the decision to 3x everything last session, which I still not sure if it's the right decision. Maybe I can walk back on that, but I will not do that because I want to do some progress today on this. So let's 3x this. So we just scale the image 300%, no interpolation of course, and then we export again. And now we refresh here and here. Yeah, this is more like what I expected. Now we need to play with the position of the background. And you know, it's going to be a bit weird. I'm going to do something different here. I'm going to create another container for this, and it's going to be the backgrounds container. It's going to have an absolute position, and it's going to be top and left, and it's going to be like the difference between the two things. So basically, I want to put this one, for instance, and probably the first thing I'm going to do once I'm offline is going to go back to not having to scale the um, the layers. All right, so we're going to also put the frame here. I'm going to open the frame. Currently 3x as well. I'm going to do some layering here. So there it is. Just want to make sure. Oh, I positioned it correctly, it seems. Okay. Yeah, it looks fine. So I want to check what is the actual position of this. I'm going to just grab this number from here, 4848. So we are going to change the position of this to 48px. top, 48 px left. Okay, and now we should have the first background position correctly there. No, we don't. We don't, for some weird reason. Top for what am I missing? Oh, well, I did not add it. Need to add it. So we're going to create it here. Create element frame. So it's going to be the backgrounds deep, or yeah, deep should be good. And we're going to add it before we add the others. Background, the backgrounds deep, and I don't think. Yeah, let's not use this here. Let's use classes instead, and it's going to be SMC background. We're going to walk back on this and change this to dot SMC backgrounds. Backgrounds. Okay, okay. Save all. Let's see now. Something's wrong, so let's check the DOM and see what happened there. So we do have this SMC backgrounds, but it doesn't have. It's probably, yeah, doesn't have width and height. Width is 100. What was the size again? Let's check here. The scaled size for this is this one, 200, and the height is 192. Okay, better. So yeah, it's working now. Oh, yeah, but it should be, the celestial bodies should be behind, not in front. So we're going to change that. Probably just changing the order when that they are added should suffice. So we're going to put them sun image, moon image, then the backgrounds, and then the frame, so that the sun comes from behind. Yeah, here comes the sun. Good. Okay. Now we need to change the background based on the time of the day. So let's put that here, update background or landscape, yeah, on the update landscape. Update landscape, it's going to also consider the time of the day, current hour of the day. That's all we care. Actually, let's floor it so that it's an integer. And now, well, what do we do here? The total number of backgrounds is so it's 200 5184 divided in this, so it's 18 different backgrounds, and we have 24 hours a day. So what do we do to change 18 backgrounds in total? First off, let's just do the selection, the logic to select a different background. So let's just pretend that we're going to use current hour of the day. Again, module 18 in this case, because that's what we have. We should have a better logic afterwards because we don't want to just cycle through them and leave some of the hours. Yeah, just use the first ones. Yeah, this is just temporary logic. But we are going to do the following. So we need this dot background step dot style dot background position probably dot y no dot x is background to use times the width width. So we are just like scrolling through the background strip, changing the position of the background, and hopefully it's going to work. Refresh here, and it did not really work. Did I save? Yeah, that was a long shot. Are we calling this? We are not call. Yeah, we were calling this. Okay, so let's put a breakpoint there. Current hour of the day is 14. Background to use is going to be 14. Yeah, 14. And then style background position is empty. So yeah, it's actually shooting an error probably. I don't see errors here. Yep. So let's try something different here in the console. This dot background step style background position X. Yeah, that's what we need to change. Yeah, it's not an object that we can set. And then it's going to be 0 because we haven't set it. Oh, but I didn't change it here. Yeah, that's better. So let's see how that works. Not working. Okay, so let's go back to what we were looking at for the image sprites. Background. All right. Yeah, the logic here is fun because it needs to be like this, but I'm not sure if it's going to work. And I think I need to change this to a string. Very likely. I don't think this is going to work like this. I think I need to change the position to the left. Because that property is something completely different. Background position. Okay, so let's look at this. JavaScript style background position. Background position. Interesting. Expose. Okay. Okay. So we expose y pose and background position. I don't see background position X here, for instance, but maybe top right. Let's try it like this and see what happens. Yes, it's working. Yeah, it's weird, you know, because it seems like it has like this split property that you can use as a way to directly set the X position, but yeah, it works. Okay, so we have a way to select what frame from the strip of backgrounds to use. We're going to need that for the minstrel as well. But we need a better way to select which background to use. I'm trying to imagine what could be a good uh, way to do that. Um, I don't know. Cannot think on anything better right now than just the modulus. Um, let's think. Hmm, I'm short on ideas right now. Let me drink something. Maybe I will get inspired. This is just soda. I don't know. I think for now let's keep the minstrel while I think on a better option. So the minstrel is in this spreadsheet. Hmm. But it's not just a static, uh, you know, animation. He actually has, huh, well, at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 14 animations, and they are actually like composed of these different animations. So the body has a single animation, probably static. The right arm has a motion, the left arm has another motion, the mouth, the looking to one side, moving the head like this, and moving the legs. Yes, I'm tempted to like create a complex, you know, module that represents the AI of this guy. Um, here's like tuning tuning the instrument in these two. Here he's playing. So again, let's keep things simple and just have this single animation initially. I, I had not really considered like how complex this could be. Um, we're going to just take the play animation. Three exit. Remove the background and export this as minstrel play.png minstrel play.png. And we are going to create another container for the minstrel. I think this is interesting. So far, what I see about the emulating spreadsheets in CSS seems to work a lot using the background image property. So instead of setting the source of an image element to be a portion of an image, we are setting the background to the entire spreadsheet and then just playing around with the position of the background. So let's do that. I think there should be a better way to directly set the source of this image element to a fraction of the tilesheet. But for now, let's play around with this. So we're going to have the minstrel, and then we're going to create a div, and then we're going to add it um, in front of the frame, because he's actually, if you see the reference, he's sitting on the frame. Yes. Okay. So we're going to put him in the front. This is the minstrel. Okay. And we need another update cycle here. So you see we have a tick here every second. But now we want a frame tick. I will start, I will not know. Let's try to calculate the frame rate of this. 4 frames per second. Let's start with that. So 4 frames per second is this. And we can actually, instead of using set interval, there's better ways to do this. Let's keep it like this for now. Again, because it's a very low frame rate animation, this can probably be good enough. Hope Hokarabe is not seeing this and thinking that I'm a very um, brute programmer. Frame tick. Um, more blunt stuff. This current minstrel frame is 0, and we're going to increase it here in the tick. And then we are going to change the style here to the current frame times the width of each frame. In this case, it's 384 divided by 4 is 96 pixels. And we needed to set the style of the minstrel. So the background image is minstrel play. The position, we need to position it, but we also need to see the width here and 8144. Yeah, we need to position this guy in the scene overall. 96. Okay. Let's go back to our composer. And where is this guy going to sit? It's going to be at the front of everything. This frame that we used. Okay, no. This is just a layering issue here. Okay, wait, so he's basically good there. Yeah, he looks good. Maybe a little bit down? No, I think he's good. He's centered actually. Probably density did it so that that would be how it worked. So centered in this case means the position at 14472. So it's here 144 and 72 with height. Background is set. We just need to set this class here to the minstrel, to the class list of the minstrel. And will that be enough? Yes. Save, and let's see how it works. We'll refresh here, and there's an error. Oh, sorry. Yeah, there's an error because I need to set the current minstrel current. No, minstrel. Just minstrel is the object. The div minstrel.style background position X is current minstrel frame. Oh, I also need to if current minstrel frame is over 4, then it loops back to 1. And this is like the simplest animation. I believe it's worth like investing an entire coding session in making the minstrel smart and like use a different animation every time or something like that. Okay, this is going to be crashing every time. Let's refresh here. Super quick. So it's not 4 frames per second. It's probably 1 or 2 frames per second. Let's change that. 2 frames per second. Still too quick. Is this working actually? Not sure anymore. Okay. Actually, this should be the other way. This is 1 frame per second. And this is 4 frames per second. My bad. Okay, yeah. I had the idea that it was 4 frames per second from the reference. I think it looks fine, yeah. But the position is incorrect. It's incorrectly positioned. And I wonder why. Since it looked fine here, maybe oh, so yeah, I mixed up this. Better now. Yes, looks better now. So right now, it's a single animation, but even so, I like it. You know, like he's forever singing. There seems to be a pause. Not sure if it's an artifact of my logic or if it's a actual pause on the animation that he did, but looks pretty good. Um, yeah, it would be good if he had some sequence, you know, like he first tweaked the instrument and then tweaked it again. I wonder what he does here. Let's open this on a new tab. I'm not sure what the loop is like, but at some point he looks at one side, then to the instrument. I think in the beginning. Okay, yeah, he doesn't seem to be using the tune animation, just the play ones. Um, Actually, I think it should be a bit down, like 1, 2, 3 times 9, so 9 more down, like 81 px, so that he's sitting on the, yeah, looks better now. Okay, what else should we add? We still have some minutes here, so if anyone in the chat wants to or has an idea of what to add, let me know. We have some options. We can add the clouds and actually make them move. That's one option. Hmm. They could be like something similar to the celestial bodies. We can also add the stars, and the stars have a different logic. Like they would fade in and out, change the alpha. Like they are always there, but change the alpha based on the time of the day. That's another thing that we could do. Another thing we could do, I think that's what I had in mind. I mean, besides like doing a complete work on the minstrel, but that will go beyond what we can do um, in these minutes. Hola Clara, hola mamá, ¿cómo estás? Si me estás viendo, aquí estamos haciendo un relojito del sol y la luna. Um, so yeah, let's think. I will give a go at the clouds. So let's look at the sprite sheet. Um, so this has, I mean, the way that he designed this was that they were like just static there. And probably these are not the best sprites for clouds, but let's use them. Uh, Crap, yeah, I think 10 minutes is not going to be enough to create a good cloud system, but I'm going to do something pretty simple. I'm going to take one of these cloud sprites and just make it scroll there, like very similar to how the sun and the moon work, but just like scrolling from one side to the other. And the difference is that we can probably unify the different update loops later. Um, but you know, we're running two different frequencies. Like there's a one once per second frequency that is doing the update for the position of the sun and the moon, and we also have the 4 frames per second frequency for the animations. And this is going to go probably into a 24 frames per second frequency, so like a third uh, update loop. Let's see how that goes. So cloud.png is this one, and we are going to just add it here. And again, this is growing in complexity. At some point we will need to clean up and make this much less brute. Anyways, cloud image is going to be an image, and the source of that image is going to be cloud.png. And we are going to, let's check that celestial body icon class. Celestial body icon, just its position absolute. That works for us. So let's also add that to the cloud image for now. Um, we are also going to add it, so it's going to be in front of the actual celestial bodies cloud image. We are going to set another interval to 24 frames per second. So this is a minstrel frame tick. This is growing a lot. You know, we are not using any framework because this was going to be something pretty simple, but it's getting to the moment where it looks like we could use some framework for this. But anyways, um, let's not do it for now. So 24 frames per second is going to be the frame tick, and we are just going to move the cloud. So we're going to set the position of the cloud similar to how we do with the sun and the moon. We're going to set it to something. So just move it from right to left. Cloud image is going to move to the left. I'm thinking what could be the best way to do this. Let's have a fixed top position for now, like somewhere around here. That's like 101. But to the left, um, cloud position .px, and this is going to be a floor, and we're going to have some logic here with the cloud position, similar to what we have with the Mistral frame. So this dot cloud position is going to be 0 initially. We are going to subtract to it every frame tick. Probably should be times the delta. And the delta, the delta in here is hopefully this, right? Should be approximately this. That's milliseconds. Yeah, this is the delta time plus how many pixels per millisecond do we want to move here. Um, 100. No, that's a lot. I need the inverse. Like a pixel should take like probably 100 milliseconds or something like that. Let's leave it like this and just make it so that if cloud position is under 0, then it's going to be um, the entire thing. Is this scaled already? Yeah, it is. 304. This is probably going to be super fast. We will tweak it. Let's see what happens. Let's see. I'm going to refresh here, and there's the cloud going super quick. But it's not that bad. You can see that the layering is correct. It's on the background, but at front of the celestial bodies. Yeah, it's fine. But it's too quick. That's because we need to divide this by something. I'm going to halve the speed. And another thing that is happening here is that it's like warping. I'm going to make it much slower so that we can see what's going on here. You see, it's smoothly moving from one side to the other, but then suddenly disappearing, and that's because we need to go way beyond 0. We need to go to minus the width of the cloud at least. The width of the cloud is 156. So let's go to all the way to 200. And we are also going to, let's place this somewhere further to the left. So it's going to be clipping. We are not going to see those artifacts, but it's probably going to look much better. It's gone there and then back. Another thing that you can do with the clouds, besides making it move much slower, like yeah, the speed should be like this, something like this. Probably even slower. And I want to remind you that normally that's not how the clock would look. It would be something closer to this. We are just having this logic here to test the passing of time, but normally it would be just this, right? So right now here in Colombia it's 10 p.m. That's how it would look because the moon is approaching midnight. So yeah, I think that cloud speed looks fine, but we need to add some variance. We can start adding like some changes on the actual Y position of the cloud. So if X position is under that, then we reset the X position, but we also reset the Y position to something random. So say maybe something in this range. The range goes from here to here. So it's from 64 and a height of 100, something like that. So it's 64 plus 100 minus 64, and we need to floor this, sorry, so that we can set the cloud position Y here. We can probably do this only once, but yeah, probably not a big issue doing it every frame. Let's leave it every frame. We're in 2023. So this is cloud position Y, and this is cloud position X. And here we need to reset. We're going to actually set this initially to minus 1000 or something, so that this logic is triggered the first time that this is called. Okay. So what's going to happen here, if everything goes all right, is that the clouds will come at different heights. And of course it did not work. Cloud position X. Okay, sorry about that. We must see the cloud coming. No, did not work. Let's take a look at the DOM and see what's happening with the cloud. So it's okay, so it's beyond. It's being rendered beyond. Here it comes. Yeah, it looks like this logic here is not good. Oh, wait, 64 plus this. Yeah, that should not make a lot of difference. Oh, this will make a lot of difference. I need to put this factor here. Where's the, okay, so that's better. And the next cloud should be at a different height. Where's the next cloud? There it is. And of course we can add some more variety, like using different cloud sprites, etc. We have like 12 minutes, so I think I'm going to add the stars. At least like a fixed set of stars. So if we see the original tile set, it had like this, you see, and this kind of constellation. Let's use that and just change the alpha based on the time of the day. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to remove the moon and put it here. Let's remove the moon first before 3xing it, because I need to do a small tweak here. I'm going to just paint this pixel 1 pixel big. This guy comes here. Now let's delete all the background. And now let's export 3x it. So image scale 3x, then export it as stars.png. And this one has a somewhat different logic, but still we need to create the image. So it's going to be stars image. We are going to set a class. Yeah. So stars image has SMC stars, which is pretty similar to backgrounds, but yeah, let's leave it like the independent one. And stars image also has a source. And it's stars.png. And stars image, we are going to add it. Actually, it comes before the celestial bodies, because it's an entire background, the full, like the complete background of things. The only thing that we're missing for now is this class, stars image, and we are going to take this background class as a reference. We just don't need the background image, but for the rest, I think it's pretty similar. Yeah, because it's like a background, real background, not the landscape. So if everything goes well, we're going to see the stars here. Yes, that's great. And the clouds should come on top of the stars. Good. We need an additional logic, so let's try something here. Alpha transparency. I forgot how to control the alpha of an image. CSS image alpha or transparency. Oh, so it's the opacity. Okay, so the opacity is going to change based on the time of the day. So we're going to have it that logic here in the where can we put that? Update sky color, update landscape. This is the second stick. Yeah, let's update stars. For now, it's just going to be the transparency. So update stars. And we're going to do something pretty simple. You're just going to do this stars image.style.opacity. It's going to be, is it a number? Yeah, it's a number from 0 to 1. So that's good. So if we also need again the time of the day, and we can then improve that with the hour of the day so that the transition is smoother. But for now, let's use just the time of the day. That one's going to need a to do here. Actually, I think the entire location of the sun and the moon also needs an update so that we are not just using the time of the day, but also the minutes for it to be smoother. Does this return an integer? Well, I will need to check into that. But for now, let's do something simple like this. So if current hour of the day is over 8 a.m. and current hour of the day is this, so it's going to be 1. Else, and then here's what I put it to do. We need to lerp opacity from 7 to 8 a.m. and 6 to 7 p.m. But for now, we are not going to lerp it. We are going to do something here. This is going to stay as a to do, and in here we just set it so it's 0 here, and it's going to be 1 if current hour of the day is under 7 or over 19. Yeah, so this is the lerp, and then yeah, we're going to change back the logic. Are we calling this? Yeah, we're calling this. We're going to change back to the testing logic here. Hmm. And let's see how it looks. So it did not really work because daytime, okay, interesting. Oh, let's do something here. In this test, I mean, ideally we need to lerp using the minutes of the hour, but at least initially, let's just put this to 0.5, and I wonder why. Yeah, there's something wrong with the logic here. Between 8 and 18 is 0, else this is or yeah. Okay. So nighttime, the stars should be visible. Then they should fade a little bit, like that, and then go away completely. And again, uh, once this is improved to respond better to the minutes, it should be smoother, the transition of the stars. But at least for now, I think we have basically all the elements that comprise the sun and moon clock, and it could still be improved a lot. I mean, we have more elements than he has here. But if we look at the tile set, we incorporated all these. We are missing the cloudy daytime and night, but these are troublesome because I think we will need to experiment how these are integrated. I believe they would just replace the entire backdrop and the sun and the moon would not show up. Rain would need an animation for it to look good. We can incorporate more uh, clouds always, etc. Mm. And something that I have always wanted is to use the phases of the moon. I'm not sure if there's a web service for that. Closed. Okay. So that instead of displaying that fixed moon, it would display the current phase of the moon from your place. 10 years ago. So maybe there's a way to calculate it without a web service. Yeah. Hmm. Code pen. Get moon phase by date. Oh, so maybe it's not that bad. Interesting. But so it doesn't depend on where you are. I need to I need to research more into this. Yeah, I don't know. I know nothing about astronomy, it seems. It looks like it doesn't matter. Like worldwide it's the same phase of the moon. maybe it is. So yeah, maybe it's not that bad. We can incorporate that next session. Like we could uh, use that snippet to just select what sprite to use from this. So as I mentioned, it's like we already managed to put all the elements in, yet there's improvement to do in almost all of them. But yeah, I think that will be it for today. I'm going to clean up this a little bit and push it to a repository because I believe we achieved like this initial state of working stuff. Uh, but yeah, and it would be good to from now on track like the improvements as separate commits instead of how it's currently being done. If you have any suggestions to improve this, I know that there's a lot of improvement. This is a quick hack, um, but that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make a quick hack that worked and that we could then polish. So I actually would be more interested on features that you would like this to have. Uh, Again, if you missed it, we are just creating a fancy clock that displays the time of the day using the position of the sun and the moon and the sky color and whatever. And we are doing this just for fun. And this is going to be an embeddable element that you can put in any web page. Um, and it's vanilla JavaScript, pure DOM manipulation, no canvas, no anything, just for fun. And yeah, I think that's it for today's Slashie's Midnight Coding session. Please remember to subscribe. I stream uh, about 2 to 3 days of the week this time. Um, just cool stuff that I like doing, like video games or fancy stuff like this. So thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.